Hey guys, it's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome to another comic book and superhero month. Yeah, this is a review of a 1991 science fiction tokusatsu superhero film directed by Screaming Mad George and Stephen Wang, a dual directorial team like the first Captain Marvel movie, and produced by Brian Yuzna, loosely based on a Japanese manga series by Yoshiki Takaya. The film was produced in conjunction with Shichuku Films. The film stars Mark Hamill. Not really. Mark Hamill's a side character. Vivian Wu, Jack Armstrong, Jimmy Walker, and David Gale. That is The Guyver from 1991. I had mixed feelings on this. I didn't completely hate it because there's some things I liked in the film, but I didn't love it either. It was just like, right, it's a mid film at best, mediocre. An international co-production of the United States and Japan, The Guyver follows a young man, Sean Barker, who discovers an alien artifact called the Unit, which transforms him into an alien hybrid super soldier called the Guyver. I will say this, it looks a lot better than the Blue Beetle CGI suit. Yeah. Barker learns that a major corporation known as Kronos is after the Guyver unit and soon discovers that the company seeks to genetically engineer monsters. The film was met with mixed reaction. That's how I felt, mixed, just like with Elemental, but I'll review that eventually. From critics and fans, a sequel came out in '94 called Guyver Dark Hero. It's much better than this one. If you see my old channel, I reviewed it. This film is just mediocre. Like, it doesn't know what kind of tone it wants to be. 1 minute somebody's getting brutally murdered, and the next they're cracking a joke and rapping and doing some stupid things like slapstick. The budget was $3 million, but I see it on the screen. It's a lower budget, but it still looks better than half of the CG I saw this year in the theater. It's not subtitled, so you can see it. It's in English. The acting is it's from mixed to flat for me. Jimmy Walker does fine. He's at least trying. And Mark Hamill, he's trying, but Vivian Wu is terrible in this movie. She cannot act. Her accent goes in and out. She's no Pom Clementif, I'll tell you that. And Jack Armstrong is just flat. He's very generic. He's not likable. He's just really weak. He gets knocked on his anus all the time when he's in the dojo with a Aikido dojo with his fellow students. And it's just, he's really weak. I prefer David Hayter in the sequel. The villain is over the top, like always. I mean, the main villain, he's some old guy that's overacting every single word like he's in Trolls 2 or something. It's awful. His acting just sucks. Jeffrey Combs is in the movie. He has a extended cameo. He should have been in it more because he's a good actor. Excuse me, let me get some water. I like the fight scenes. I think some of the fight scenes are okay to decent. They're hand to hand. There's not a bunch of CGI hitting the screen. The suits look great. The effects, the suits, and the practical effects look great. For a 1991 movie, they look a lot better than CG monstrosities I had to sit through this year, like freaking Knights of the Zodiac and all that in '65. It looks better than that. You got some horror icons in here. You got Linnea Quigley from Return of the Living Dead, and Michael Berryman. He's Lisker. He's one of the main creatures. And Jeffrey Combs. So you have some really good actors in the movie. They tried the best they could. And you could tell that this is directed by an effects guy because there's a lot of effects. In the beginning, there's a lot of effects. And also the effects, they look good. They don't look cheap or dated. No, they look mostly really well done. This is what Scream Man George said about the production. The animated version of Guyver is a lot more serious and meant for adults. Yeah, like the Spawn cartoon. It had a lot of gory violence and adult themes, like Invincible. As we got into the script development, we realized that with the budget and the schedule we had to shoot the movie, we'd probably be better off making it for a broader audience, like a PG-13. The American version of the film, distributed by New Line, cut several scenes to focus more on action and humor. Producer Yuzna expressed confusion about some of the choices. Well, it was made for the 90s. In the 90s, not every movie had a $200 million budget. Not till Titanic came out. Entertainment Weekly said the film features surprisingly convincing costumes and effects. Yeah, inspired casting and energetic direction, but what sinks it is the unfortunate adherence to the time-honored direct-to-video cliches. An unearthed paycheck for a one-time a picture star and a tendency to fall back on lame humor whenever the going gets slow. Yeah, it's not a slow movie. It's an hour and 28 minutes. It goes by real quick. But like I said, it has a tonal shift. It doesn't know what it wants to be. David Johnson of DVD Verdict criticized the film's ham-fisted overacting, ludicrous plot contrivances, and naughtily hokey soundtrack. Yeah, the soundtrack is just kind of in the background. It's not really much. The score is okay, but the soundtrack is just there. But the film could have been better, and the thing is, the sequel was much better received by fans and critics. It was R-rated, better lead, none of this goofy, stupid things. Yeah, the fight scenes are still like Power Rangers, but with an R rating. And again, this movie is short. It's only an hour and 28 minutes, not 2 hours and 28 minutes. Movies next year have to learn you don't need to pad out a running time to make a movie watchable. This movie's watchable at best. Not horrible, not great, just kind of in the middle for me. But like I said, it's short, so I wasn't wasting my time. And the Zoinoids, they look fine. For the budget they had, $3 million, that's better than $300 million that it looks like a CGI cartoon. And it's not an animated film. That's my problem nowadays with movies. Movies are too long. The budgets are astronomical. They got people that can't act that have to waste more of my time, which is better than that. It's less tragic for people that can't act in a 90-minute movie than a 2-hour movie. It's less painful that way. And at least this got a great sequel that is worth your time. I would recommend watching that one first, then watch this one. But it is what it is. It's a tokusatsu movie, a lot, or based on a manga. And it's worth one watch. If you watch this once, it won't kill you. But know what you're getting into before you see it. Anyway, that's my review of the Guyver from 1991. Thank you for watching. Acknowledge me, and I'll see you guys in the next review. See ya.